Ho, ho, ho. That's right. That's how I'm starting it. Welcome to
How dare you?
first. I'm not calling you a ho, jeez.
Okay, fair enough.
To our very first Christmas episode of Stories the True and the Fictional. We figured we'd get some people on with Christmas-themed books. And now we're going to mash it up with some horror as well to keep Ryan happy. But before we bring in our guest, as always, I'm one of your hosts, Jay O'Brien. With me always is the wonderful resident reader, Ryan. How are we, Ryan?
I am living the dream, my friend. Living the dream. Yeah, man, just not much is new. Saw the new Predator movie, which is amazing. So if you like Predator, if you like violence, if you like action, go and see it. It's pretty damn impressive. And yeah, just been reading lots and lots of horror. I'm reading 2 books at the moment. I'm reading Eamon Bradley's Puddle People. And I am reading, this is going to escape me, it's a half-mouth horror volume one. I can't remember the name of it, but I started it last night and it is amazing. I bought the second one. I had the first one for a while, and then the second one dropped yesterday or the day before, and I bought that, and so I thought I'll start reading the first one. So yeah, I know it's half-mouth horror series. And yeah,
wave your hands up on the screen and then tell me what it is after we record. There it is.
There we go.
The power of technology.
The Puddle People is good. I'm about quarter of the way through that, so about 50 pages in of the 208 pages. And that I only started that one yesterday too, so that one's pretty good. But I've got a lot of contenders for my book of the year that I've got to pick. It's not as clean cut as we initially thought. So, the more I read in the next couple of weeks, I might have some more contenders even so. I might have to do a couple of honourable mentions or something. But pretty tight.
Yeah. And that'll be the Cursals, as we're calling it. Curse the Kerns and Sils the Castles. We figured we do some awards once a year, seeing we have so many people on, so many amazing books, so many amazing covers. But and winners of the award get to be plugged all the year around. So cool.
I think we'll make it like a yearly thing. So you might have a chance to win the inaugural Stories True and the Fictional award. So I do accept bribes via PayPal, so send me a DM on X or on Instagram if you want a bribe to bribe me for winning. But
or just buy Ryan's shirt. That'll help.
Buy my shirt. That'll give you like an extra mark, an extra mark on the awards list.
Cool. Yes. Well, stay tuned for that. Remember to check out our sponsors, Rebecca Castles and Martin Kearns. They have some wonderful books. And they're awesome people, so please check them out. But now, without further ado, coming back for I don't even know how many times this is, Don Campbell. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I need to hear more about this shirt. I want one. Where do I get said shirt?
The links are down below.
Thank you.
Look down, and you will see it.
Look down.
Oh, there they are. Oh, right. Yeah, I see it. That would make a fantastic Christmas gift.
Yes.
It would.
Look at that.
It would.
Look at that.
It would.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the shirt is the #1 selling T-shirt in my household. So it has been bought for me by my wife. So I wear it with pride. Not today, though, because I still keep forgetting to wash it every week. But I will have it for the next episode. But yes, definitely. But you don't need to buy a shirt. You're already in the contention for my book of the year, so you don't need to buy a shirt. You're one of the. I read both of your books this year, Whispers in the Woods and Fright Manifest, and I'm very impressed. So they're both. You definitely are a contender for book of the year.
Oh, I like that. That's good. I'm going to put that on my website.
Contender.
Nominated.
Contender. It's going up. It's going up this afternoon.
Cool. Someone's going to be sliding into Ryan's DMs later.
with my bribe.
Oh, here we go.
Awesome. Well, Don, how you been? I mean, I know how you've been because we've been talking all the time, but maybe our listeners don't know how you've been. So how have you been?
I've been busy, is what I've been. I've been extremely busy. I missed your book launch.
Hmm.
I was devastated when I realised. And the worst thing is the rubbish I was watching. I would have, I would have watched, I don't know, like anything but that. And then I realised I didn't have to have been watching that. I had a really good reason to be in a different room
Yeah.
talking to some friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it didn't flag. I was devastated. So I apologise,
That's all right.
but I am extremely excited for extremely excited for your new edition. I have been since I finished the last one, so I'm glad it's out.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's not out of time of recording, but it will be out when this episode drops. No, we had a lot of fun, but Amy Cormac couldn't make it either. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but the episode was all about him anyway because he's such a main character in
It was.
in the book.
Does he have a map?
Yes, there are map references
Awesome.
and toaster references.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But yeah, so I've been very busy. I have done what I keep trying not to do, and I've got multiple different stories that I'm working on. And I sort of flip between them all. Some are completely like new genre to me, as you guys know, but your listeners might not. I predominantly write horror, but I say completely different genre. It's like I'm working on something that's more of a thriller than a horror. It's got some scary elements, but it's definitely it's definitely more whodunit type writing. I'm still trying to keep the atmosphere tense and just my standard style, trying to be descriptive of environment,
Yep.
get people immersed. But yeah, it's going to be a longer form book. A lot of what I've been doing recently is like novellas and sort of shorter things, and this is going to be a longer book. But so I'm working on pacing with that, trying to make sure that it flows correctly, which is actually what I struggle with the most. I've got so much to say, but it's easy when you write to just get lost in a subject that may not be interesting to other people.
Yeah. I don't have that problem because of, my mind wanders like a million miles an hour. It's just like I've always got to be moving forward. It's, I just can't stop there and tell you about every single thing about that tree, which a lot of fantasy authors like to do.
Yeah, absolutely. My thing is like if my characters have traveled to a new location, I like to live in the location a little bit just to give you when sometimes you don't need it, I guess. Sometimes, it can just be a smoky bar that smells like 1,000 spilt pints.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what I like to do. I like to do basically what you said to start with, and then as the characters move further along, then I describe more as they go. Instead of going, this is a scene like a whole page of everything that's there, when I'd rather just be like, general thing, work your way out.
Do you find this? And like, I think you both will be able to appreciate it, but do you find that when you read writing and someone doesn't describe the character very quickly, so you get a brief description, so then you've got this image in your head of what the character looks like, you make it up, and then 3 chapters in, the author goes, and his red hair hit the sun, and he's like, he didn't have red hair, he had black hair. You didn't tell me he had red hair, and you've ruined it now. You've slipped that in. It can get even worse. It's like sometimes it's like ethnicity.
Mm.
You've got some pasty guy in your head called Michael, and then it turns around and someone calls him a racial slur later. And you're like, at what point was I going to be informed that this character isn't
Yeah.
he isn't Jewish? Like
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
surname's Walensky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot. S.S. Fitzgerald does that a lot in his book, Sinner's Past, which I read recently. What he likes to do, and I love the way he does it, he gives you a brief introduction to the character without any backstory or anything like that. So he'll just do what you said. He'll give this is the character in a paragraph, not, delving into a lot of information. And then 3 chapters onwards, he'll give you the whole character's backstory, including what he looks like a little bit more. So I've already got the idea of what the character looks like in my head, and then he completely changes it around 3 chapters in. So yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, and it's almost as bad as when you reading a book and you've got the character's name and you've worked out how you will pronounce it.
Yeah.
And then you listen to the audiobook
Mm-hmm.
and now they're saying a different name. That's not the name that I have.
Mm.
That's not the name that I call it. So now I know how it's supposed to be said. And I've spent 700 pages mispronouncing someone's name. I feel like I should apologize to the character.
No. It's the
Well,
audio book read. It's the narrator that got it wrong, Don.
Oh, of course.
It's the narrator.
Well, I'm a massive fan of a fantasy author called David Eddings, and I read him when I was young, and I still read him now. And when his audiobooks of my favourite series of his, The Belgariad, came out, because it's fantasy, I listened to them, and pretty much every single character in that book, I was pronouncing the name wrong. So I felt very, very sheepish when I listened to the audiobook.
Yeah. Well,
it's just important you listen to the audio before talking about the book to other people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come out with the correct pronunciation. But no.
Well, Tim McKay has all the pronunciations in the front of his book.
Yeah.
Every book, he's like, this is how it's pronounced.
He does.
That is clever.
Yeah. And he also has his books as Audible as well, because I've got both his books on Audible. And I'm thinking, because they're both fantasy, I'm thinking I might listen to the audiobook before I read the book, just to make sure on the pronunciation.
Yeah. Excellent. Anyway, let's do these icebreakers, these Christmas special icebreakers. These are new. I don't know which order you want to go in, Ryan, because they're brand new.
Yeah. I want question 3, so I'm going to start.
Okay.
All right. So guys, this is Christmas-themed icebreakers, even though, spoiler alert, we're recording in November, but that's okay. So question number one, Don, you're sitting on Santa's lap. What are you asking for?
I am going to ask for, this is very, very unbook related, a new toolbox. I've seen a stackable toolbox where it comes on a trolley, which I really, really want. So I'm asking for a new stackable toolbox, which will save my back.
Well,
I like it. Okay, excellent.
Amazon wish list link is below. No.
Yeah.
All right. You're in charge of Christmas dinner. What is on the menu?
I am full tradition, so it is going to be a proper Christmas dinner. So turkey, roast potatoes. The roast potatoes are specific though. They're my wife's.
Yeah.
I would delegate the roast potatoes to my wife, so she will partly boil them so they've gone soft on the outside.
Yeah.
While they're still hot, so she'll agitate them so they go rough because the outside of the potato is slightly cooked. She'll then, while they're still hot, put them in hot goose fat.
Ooh.
And then they're seasoned and then put in a extremely hot oven, and they go completely crispy. And I mean, the outside of them will cut the roof of your mouth, but the inside is like a cloud of just potato fluff, and it's buttery. And yeah, so those are her potatoes.
Oh,
then-
Mum, you're making me hungry, man. They sound amazing.
I'm just Googling tickets to London, what the
Yeah.
prices are.
You guys are always welcome. And this year we're having Christmas at our house.
Oh,
So
excellent.
normally we go to my mother-in-law's for Christmas, but this year we're having it at mine. So I get to have my wife. It's basically my wife's Christmas dinner. If I was in charge of Christmas dinner, I would just delegate all tasks to my much better equipped wife. I carve a good turkey. I think I'm good at that. I will peel veg and all the sous chef related tasks. Can you cut that? Can you peel that? Can you do that? And I'll do all that. But like everything with Christmas dinner, second to none, the best Christmas dinner my wife makes. Like second to none. Like even like the carrots. The carrots, she cooks them in honey.
Oh.
So they're sweet anyway, but then they've got like a caramelized sweetness on the outside. Even sprouts. People don't tend to like sprouts, but ours are made with like they're cooked in chopped up bacon, so the fat from the bacon is not going through. Yes, mate. Absolutely.
Man, no.
If we ever come together, regardless of the time of year, and you're coming to me, I'll say we've got to replicate Christmas dinner so these chaps can taste it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if this question was a good idea, Jamie, because it's just going to make me hungry and hungrier.
Well, listen back to the episode on Christmas Day.
Yeah. What I'll do is for the listeners, if people follow me on social media, Christmas Day I took a photo of the legendary dinner and I'll post it on my Instagram so everyone can see what I was talking about.
Excellent.
I like it. All right. So question number 3. This is one, and you know what? It's topical too because there's a remake of a really famous horror Christmas movie that is actually coming out this year, which I only found out about the other day. So, what is on your Mount Rushmore of horror movies of Christmas movies? Sorry,
Christmas movies.
Christmas movies.
So I'm going to go with, because it is a Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Yes, it is.
It is a Christmas movie, even if the director said it's not, and Bruce Willis said it's not.
It is.
It is a Christmas movie. Gremlins.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I love Gremlins. The first one.
Yeah.
I would go. I really like. There's a horror comedy called Krampus.
Yep.
Tony Collette. Yeah.
Yep.
That is it's I love it. I think it's a really good. I find it a bit cheesy, but it's a good Christmas horror. And then Elf.
Okay, with Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Because there's something about being unapologetically Christmassy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Elf is definitely up there on my Mount Rushmore. Have you guys come up with your Mount Rushmores?
I know mine off by heart because we watch them every year, except for one of them, which I have to watch by myself because my wife doesn't like horror. But mine are, and the number one all-time Christmas movie in our household is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I watched that every year growing up and now as an adult. Definitely Die Hard. I 100% agree. Doesn't matter what Bruce Willis or the director says. It is a Christmas movie. That's a definite watch. Home Alone is another one we watch every Christmas. And the one that I watch by myself, which is actually getting a remake that's coming out this year, is Silent Night, Deadly Night. I only found out the other day that it's getting a remake this year. So that's coming out in December. So yeah, that's my 4.
Yeah, no, well, Die Hard definitely for me. Die Hard.
Yeah.
I would 100% agree with Gremlins.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Ryan didn't say Batman.
Yeah, look, to me, that's not one that we watched that multiple times throughout the years. So it's not
no, that's right.
exclusive.
That wouldn't be on mine. Yeah, so no, so Die Hard.
Which Batman?
Is it Returns? Batman Returns?
Batman Returns, yeah.
Batman Returns.
With Penguin and Catwoman and Michael Keaton's last one of that era.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, so Die Hard, Gremlins, I'd have to say Home Alone. It's just, something I grew up with.
Yep. It's a classic, and it still holds up to this day. Yeah. It is.
Now, there is, arguments for Lethal Weapon being a Christmas movie, seeing he has a a shootout in a Christmas tree yard. I love those movies though, but number four. It's tough, man. I always struggle with the 4th one. I really liked as a random one. I think it's called 8-Bit Christmas with I've
seen that.
Neil Patrick Harris. That was a fun one.
That was really good. Yeah.
I might go with that one. Yeah, just because it was fun.
Okay. You didn't pick Fat Man.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yep. No, swap that out. Fat Man, definitely Fat Man. I love that movie. Have you seen Fat Man, Neil?
I haven't.
No, it's a very serious, played straight movie where Mel Gibson is Santa Claus, and he's really struggling to pay the the rent and all that sort of thing. So he's hired out the elves to the U.S. military, so they can build them fighter drones or whatever. But then this kid gets coal for Christmas, and then he hires a hitman to kill Santa.
As you would,
and it's filled with action. Like there's a big shootout at the end between Santa and the hitman. It's just Jamie watched it first, and then I think I was at his place, and he put it on, and we watched it again, and it is played straight 100%. Like it's not satire, it's not anything, it's straight, and it was so funny because of that fact.
Yeah.
And just seeing, Santa Claus with guns shooting at a hitman at the end, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's called Fat Man.
Well, if you're on the naughty list already, you might as well go all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Why not?
Yeah. No, so that's my
Why
fault.
not?
That's my fault. Yeah. I often wonder, like, you know how you get coal for Christmas if you're naughty? What if you're like a steam train driver or something?
Yeah, that's what you want.
Cheers, mate.
It's just like,
could I have a sack of coal, please?
Yeah.
Maybe if you're a train driver and you ask for a sack of coal, you just get like the latest Xbox or something, and it's just like, no,
what am I going to do with this?
I wanted the bag. Yeah, exactly. I can't burn this for steam power.
I love it. All right, now let's get a little sentimental, Don. Let's get a little more sentimental, because that's what Christmas is about. So,
yeah,
the ghost of Christmas past pays you a visit and offers you offers to take you back to relive any part of your life. Where/when are you going?
I'm going to go. This is very cheesy. I'm going to go back to my wedding day. It was standout, one of the best days. And not just because, obviously, I got to marry my wife, but because it was one of the main times I remember everyone I cared about coming together for something happy.
Yeah.
I go to other people's weddings, and it's lovely, but they're not all there for me.
Yeah.
And they're not all there, and I don't know them all when you go to someone else's wedding. Like my wedding, we invited every person.
Yeah.
So like we knew exactly who they were, and seeing everyone enjoy themselves and be happy is the only time I remember that everyone I cared about was in the same building.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I would do the same because we've got people that came to our wedding that just they aren't with us anymore. And
Yes.
close people like my grandmother, who was my second mother, who I saw every day of my life for about 30 years. And yeah, I have this beautiful photo of her with the biggest smile on her face, watching, and that I would pay billions of dollars for that photo, for that moment. So yeah, 100%. That is perfect. That's a perfect answer.
Yeah, no, like very similar to yourself. Like, there's a lot of people that aren't here now that were
Yeah,
there then, and
yeah,
if I could have that good day with all of them, yeah.
yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with it. I think my wedding day is gonna be the one I'd go back to, because that was for 2014. So
Okay,
August
so 11
2014.
years ago. 11
Yeah.
years
So it
ago.
was a decent amount of time. I would be less grey. Um, but I wouldn't have written a single book at that point.
Okay.
I would just have all these silly ideas.
So are you correlating your grey hairs with writing your books?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. It's there's the good thing about being an independent author, and
Mhm.
I know, like, I think is that there's not any real pressure on getting stuff out. I haven't got a
Yep.
deadline. If
Yeah.
if I choose, I could take 2 years and not open my laptop.
Hmm.
And apart from, I would say a handful of real die-hard readers of mine, I don't think I would have too many people that it would affect them
Mm.
in any way. And I could just, like, realistically, I could, close the laptop now and not write another story, and it would be people would be maybe have my book on their shelf and go, oh yeah, I wonder if he wrote anything else. But it wouldn't be something people are waiting for currently,
Mm.
where
No,
your Stephen
that's
King's.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm saying that. I'm saying that in all seriousness. Like from the first time we had you on the podcast, I have read all your books and I've bought all your books, all three of them, because I forgot the compendium of stories that you wrote as well. Midnight
Yeah,
Harvest, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I forgot that one. So I would be one of those diehard fans who would be like, when's the next book coming out? Jeez.
Yeah. So, and yeah, and like, to those people, you guys make it very special for me to release something.
Yeah.
And when I'm writing it, I'm excited for people to have something new, because I know what it's like to wait for something
Yeah.
from someone and be like, oh, something of theirs has come out. So I like to give the people that, which is quite nice. But I also feel quite guilty, like, with if when people get my latest book, there's a
Mhm.
couple of scenes in it where I actually feel quite bad that people have to read it. I'm like, oh, that I think it's important for the story, but I do still feel quite mean. So yeah, there's a few scenes I'm like, oh, that's a bit harsh, but I've had good feedback so far.
Awesome. No, I live for those scenes, man. I must say, I did say to Jamie when I finished Fright Manifest, because I think I bought it the week it came out, and um, the fact you have a very unique ability to, not many people can tell a story that for 90% of the story, it's contained in a very small space in an airplane. And with I think there was 8 characters and make it interesting. The fact that I read it. I only read for 3 hours or 2.5 hours a night, and I read it in 2 nights because I was like, I need to know what's happening, and I need to know. And the very last page where the big twist was, I was like, that is why I needed to finish that.
Yeah,
The second night, because not many people can do it, because I've read a lot of books in my life, and it's very hard to tell a story that's contained to such a small area with such a small amount of people, and that obviously that number of people gets smaller and smaller as the story goes on. Yeah, I love I love horror stories, whether it's movie, TV episodes, or books, where it is set in something like an airplane or on a cruise ship. Like I love that movie Ghost Ship. Like I love non-traditional places where horror can just come at you. And so it just kept me going, and it kept me wanting to know everything about these characters. And you gave me that. You told me, like, through the story, you give all the reasons why things are going wrong, and that was so good, so good.
Yeah, I tried to keep it as, like, sort of make it claustrophobic, so you kind of feel like you're stuck there with them. If I branched out too much into flashbacks and that kind of thing, it would take you off the plane.
Yes.
And I kind of wanted to keep people on the plane. It was I was reluctant to do, so people that are looking to read it, some of the chapters flick back to ground control. But I tried to keep those minimal, with minimal environmental description, so your brain doesn't go there too much. You're just listening to that bit. Where the plane, I tried to make more descriptive, so you felt like you could see that bit, which is I was playing with that kind of concept. But yeah, I enjoy trying to manipulate the way you read it to make you feel a certain way, if you get what I mean. So you feel like you're on the plane with them. Like, I had a really nice review of someone who said Don Campbell doesn't just give you a plane full of passengers, he straps you in next to them.
Oh,
and I was like, I like that. I was like, I'll pay her later. Like, she I'll pay her for that review. But it was just but yeah, so that's what I was aiming for. And then I've taken it up a level. I've stepped the atmosphere up a level in my most recent novella, which is what we'll obviously discuss later. But it's I've tried to keep the circle small again. The environment small. Although the people in the story are free to come and go from the cottage at the end of the lane. Their doors aren't locked. But I've made it feel, I've tried to make it feel, and I hope it comes across, like claustrophobic again, and like attention's boiling under the surface. So
awesome. All right. Well, seeing as we've segued into it, why don't you we talk about your latest delving into the horror genre in a Christmas way.
Yeah. So my most recent there it is.
Yeah.
So Naughty List is out, so you can get it on all media. You can get a physical ebook. It's even available on audio now. We've got that out recently. It is so it's available on most of your platforms you would consume literature. It is about, I want to keep it vague. So it is based in a well, you've read Whispers in the Woods.
Yes.
So it's based in Oakhaven, my fictional village.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing a bit of a Stephen Kingism, which is basically Oakhaven is my Derry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So if I want a sort of a like a Surrey type village for a story, I'll tend to take it there, because I'm in control of it.
Yeah.
Because I made it up.
Yeah.
But it's of no the story has no association with Whispers in the Woods. So they're not connected
Okay.
apart from some characters in the book will cross over into other stories that have characters that live in the village around the same time period.
Okay.
So there's
Awesome.
I'll make like a universe eventually where
Yeah.
oh, that's the person that works in the butcher's.
Hmm.
That's the grandson of the person from the other book, that kind of thing. But so it is based in Oakhaven. A little girl, her name is Megan Turner, easily pronounced, so you don't need to wait for the audio to know how to pronounce her name. Um, so yeah, so she is living at home with her mum, and they live in a little cottage. And quite early on, you realise that she's not. They're not necessarily the best financially off, which adds a bit of pressure, especially around Christmas, to people to, do well around Christmas for their kids, etc. But Mum brings down a elf on a shelf. Now, I don't know
Okay.
if you guys have that in Australia. Do you
Yeah,
have elf on a shelf
we
there?
do.
So
Yep.
yeah, so I always found them creepy.
Yep.
So the elf, which is called Jingles, comes down and the mum tells Megan that the elf is here to make sure that you're good, and if you're naughty, he tells Santa. Um,
Okay.
Megan's a bit more annoyed with the fact that she's got a little grass in her house.
Hmm.
Who's gonna be hitting on her. But after the elf comes down, things start to go worse and worse for the Turner family, and
Okay.
it starts off small, but then it begins to escalate, and then we get some serious problems. Um, but yeah, again, in my style, not everything as it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look forward to a few twists and turns along the way.
Nice.
Excellent. Excellent. I just bought my copy then while we were talking. That's why I was on my phone. I didn't realize it was out yet. I was like, okay, now that
Yeah,
it's out, bang, I bought my copy.
yeah,
So
There you
I'm. It sucks that I've just started 2 new books last night. I have to
Mm.
get through them before I can start reading this because I made
yeah.
a commitment to myself that I'm gonna finish when I
Wait till it's a bit
start.
closer to Christmas.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, did you do the cover yourself?
I didn't. So
Ooh.
this is the first book that I've ever released that I am not responsible for the cover. Although I
Okay.
think so his name is the person who created the cover is Zach. I want to get the pronunciation right. So I asked him, how do you how do you pronounce your surname? It seems like it's so he's where is it? So it's Zach Winsick.
All right.
Okay.
Zach Winsick is actually one of the hosts of the How I Met Your Monster podcast.
Okay.
They do their concept for their podcast is actually quite funny. So what it is they will watch a movie, and me as a guest, I've been on. So they say, this is the movie we're going to watch. So you watch the movie, and then they start talking about the opening scenes where you first see the monster and what you
Okay.
thought, and then you kind of all talk about the movie and review
Mm.
segments of it. So it's quite a funny concept for the thing, but
I'm gonna have to
he
subscribe to that.
it's really quite funny. I was on the
That's
Tusk episode where we were talking about the movie Tusk. I don't know if you've seen
oh,
it,
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
I
which is
have,
really
yeah,
really pure horror.
100%. That's yeah, Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith's that was when I realized I think me and my wife watched it and we both looked at each other and we're like, Kevin Smith is a sick fuck.
Yeah, he's definitely got an interesting mind.
Oh,
That chap. So yeah, so I was on that,
definitely.
but then I started coming up with book cover ideas. I had a few that I'd come up with, and I wasn't sold on any of them. Some of them were better than others,
Mhm.
but he reached out to me and said, "Look, I would like the opportunity to make you a cover for your
Oh
most
wow.
recent book." And he goes, "This is something I've started doing. So would you be willing to do it? I know obviously I won't charge you the full rate for it, but is it something that you'd be open for me to do?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." So he went off and he came back with a couple of designs that he'd come up with. But I felt that this image that I've got on my screen, so I'm assuming your listeners will have on theirs if they're watching on YouTube.
Yes.
Um, so it, it feels like the story. So the sort of
Okay.
the grey, cold, the winter side of Christmas,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and how simple it is, but I think the story does speak a lot. Like the vintage elf that's on the cover is creepy as hell,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
sitting in a puddle of blood, um, which is yeah. So he came up with the design, and I was like, yeah, I love it. I like the font. The font is quite a it's standout. I've
Yep.
managed to use that kind of font on other things associated with the book, and it ties everything together really well. It's not just like
Yep.
a
Mm.
throwaway font. It's quite in keeping with the story. So I was like, right, that's amazing. So yeah, I got him in to do it. He done an incredible job, and it in print when I received the printed copy, I was blown away. It's so crisp, and he's done a very good job. Very good job.
Yeah, it looks really really good. I love it. I love it. And you know what? It's the simplicity of the front, just with the elf. That everyone can see that. Is one of the versions of Elf on the Shelf, or like an older kind of
Hmm.
interpretation of it. Just sitting, hands on the knees in a puddle of blood, and that's all you need. That's all
Yeah.
you need. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see this is going to be a really cool story.
Yeah, so the elf on the cover is one of the original elf on a shelf. It
Yeah.
wasn't called
Okay,
Elf on a
okay.
Shelf at the time. It was called a knee hugger,
Oh, okay. That sounds
which I
like a
think
really creepy monster.
yeah, it sounds menacing. But yeah, they were called
Mm,
knee huggers. If you go onto like eBay and you type in knee hugger, you get these things which have got like a ceramic head
yeah.
Hmm.
with a ceramic-y like hard plastic head
Hmm.
and a felt body. But yeah, I think they've got a wire frame in them as well. But yeah, so this is where it originated before it became popularized and everyone had them. But I think yeah, because the book takes place before they were popular.
Oh, right.
Um,
I get you. I get you.
but so it's not like everyone's got one. So yeah, and Megan Turner, she doesn't like it from the second she sees it.
Hmm.
She's
Yeah.
like, I don't like that thing, which I actually get from the normal elf on a shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Don't like
My
those.
my Facebook feed or Instagram feed, as soon as December hits, all of my friends that have got families, with little kids and stuff, they always post Elf on a Shelf photos with, it going into the cookie jar, and like everyone's laughing, and I'm just like, I just want to rip that thing to shreds.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be nice to them though. I'll just say that, Ryan.
Yep.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. Yeah, I think I'll probably agree with that a lot more after I finish reading your book.
Yeah,
You gonna do the poop log next? You heard of a poop log?
poop log.
Poop log, yeah, it's a Spanish Christmas tradition.
No, never heard of a poop log. You're gonna have to enlighten me. What's a poop
Well,
log?
it's a log, and then they dress it up with a face and all that, and they shove it with candy essentially, and then at Christmas Day, I think it is, they beat it with a stick and the poop comes out.
It's like a Christmas pinata,
Yeah, almost bit, but it's an actual log, a hollowed out log.
a hollowed out log.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that where like the Yule logs came in?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I
I
don't
Why
know.
thought, I
why do they
thought when
call it a
you,
poop log?
yeah.
Let me bring up an art. I'll see if I can find an article.
Well, when you said poop log, I thought you meant like Mr. Hanky from South Park, the
No,
Christmas
Yeah,
poop.
that's where I was going.
because I talked about it way back when on the podcast. There you go.
Oh wow,
That's horrific.
That
yeah.
poops nougats at Christmas. That's another one for you.
That is that is
Yeah. So they call it
that's
Kagatio.
so next year.
hmm
During Christmas, there's a log that you feed scraps of food, and then he poops presents when you hit him with a stick and sing a song.
Wow.
Nice. So next year it's going to be the poop log that poops razor blades
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That'd be good. That's
There you
awesome.
and used syringes.
go. Yeah.
Nice.
I can just see it like the first of the new Planet of the Apes movies where they're beating the monkey and the monkey just stops and goes, "No!" Do that with a log. You're
Yeah.
beating the log and the log's like, "No!" And you're like,
It's like Groot
"Yeah,
Yeah.
cousin or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah."
I like that. I like that.
Awesome. Well, you said you're working on a lot. You're always working on something. So is there a project you're working on now that you know you're going to finish, or that you know you'll finish next?
Um, so my wife reads a lot of thrillers.
Mhm.
And so the story I was talking about earlier, she is pushing me to finish that so she can read something of mine and fully enjoy it.
Hmm.
Because like I like with Naughty List, I gave her that and she got about halfway through and then she just looked at me and said no. And I was like, what? She goes, I'm not reading the rest of this. And she was like, it's very well written, but I think you need to bat it back to your beta readers to go through it. Because you're not going to get anything out of me that's positive about the story.
Yeah.
I was like,
Nice.
okay, fine. So I was like, you don't have to read that. So she was like, can you please just finish? So the working title of what I'm working on next, it's called The Clinic.
Hmm.
Oh.
So the clinic is about a psychotherapist
hmm
who works in a clinic in London, and she's got her own practice. And someone comes in to the practice, a new client that she hasn't had before, comes into the practice and says, "I I've seen a murder in my mind."
Okay.
And she's like, okay, this is odd. And he says, because there was a murder in London in the book, not in real life, um, like a couple of weeks before. And he said, I saw that before it happened.
Mm.
And she's like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah. He goes, so I don't know what to do with that information. I just thought I'd tell you. So anyway, so she's okay. And then he comes back for another session and he's seen another one, but another murder hasn't happened yet. But so he said, I've seen another murder. And then so she obviously makes her notes, does all her doctory bit, and then the next day on the news, a murder happens as he described.
Wow.
Now, so she is now torn because obviously patient confidentiality. He hasn't admitted to do it. He hasn't admitted to doing a crime,
Yeah.
so it's not like she has to get the law involved in that regard.
Hmm.
But he's giving information about what's going to happen before it happens. Now, she can safely say he's probably not psychic.
Yeah.
So does that then mean that he is doing the crimes himself, and he's just telling her like prematurely that he's going to do it? But the murders that have occurred actually fall into a style of a serial killer that wasn't caught previously. But there's been like almost like a 16-year gap between the last murder in this series and the ones that have just started happening. So now, is it a copycat killer? How is this new client associated with it? Is he associated with it? And so as the story moves on, she gets the help of some people to try and help investigate what's happened. She speaks to one chap in particular who then tries to assemble like a team of people to help find out what's going on. And it flashes back into her childhood, why she became a psychologist, that kind of thing. She's been through some dark stuff herself. And so it's but as the story moves on, you're trying to work out the murders start coming quicker, like faster and more frequently, and this is a race against time. You need to find out who's done it before more people die. And so we follow that journey. So it's not, so I said to my wife, I was like, it's very much not my style, because I'm a horror writer.
Yep.
So I made a thriller with some horrific murder scenes.
Nice.
So I was like, if you need to skip these and just carry on, okay, they're dead, right, next. Then go ahead and do that. But I can't not add my horror element to this story.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the next thing that is out for grown-ups. I've got
for grown-ups.
I've got some children's horror stories that I'm working on.
Oh.
Yeah, so sort of age 9 to 12 sort of age group. Goosebumps-esque type horror stories. Some of them are darker than others. I want to try and find a rating system that I can put on the covers, so people can use it as a barometer whether their child would be okay with it. So it stems everywhere, all from, I've got one that's called My Pet Rock Has Teeth.
That's cool. I love it.
Which is, it's quite funny. It's actually, I tried to make it, obviously spoiler alert, but I don't think any kids are going to watch this episode. But the idea of the My Pet Rock Has Teeth is some person's nan gives them a pet rock for Christmas or their birthday. I think I made it birthday. And it basically starts eating his homework. It starts chewing on his desk. He puts it in a box and puts it under his bed, but he can't sleep because he can hear it trying to eat its way through the box. And then he goes to school, and everyone in the school has got like shoe boxes they're carrying around. So there seems like they're all been given these pet rocks. And it's like, why has everyone got these pet rocks? And some people have bigger boxes than others, and some people's rocks are bigger than others. But then eventually what happens is they all their pets start going missing.
Oh.
So they're like, my lord, these rocks are eating our pets. And then the rocks manage to get out of their boxes, go to the garden, and bury themselves in the ground. And while they're under the ground, they start to grow bigger and bigger. And then a secret agency from the government come along and play this really, really high-pitched noise from this tannoy system attached to a truck. And all the rocks come out the ground and run off into the woods. They slink off into the woods, and the kids are like still quite sad, but now the rocks are gone and they're not in danger anymore. But then all the pets come running in out of the woods back to their house because the pets hadn't been eaten, but they didn't like the rocks, so they
Yeah.
were trying to get away from the rocks. So they went and hid in the woods until it was safe to come back out. So
Oh,
once the rocks are gone, once the rocks are gone, the pets can come back, and the one of the main characters, one of the boys in the story, but he done such a good job of trying to solve the problem. The agency made him an honorary member, and he was in charge of keeping the rocks at bay in his town. So if there was ever another mass influx of these rocks, he was in charge of keeping them away. So he gets a little badge, and he's allowed to be like the sheriff of the town. So that's one of the stories. But it goes all the way from that to the mirror who eats your real person and then sends out a doppelganger that's evil.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
cool.
So there's ones that are slightly more terrifying.
Well, going back to the Rock story, if that ever gets made into a movie, you can just get Dwayne the Rock Johnson to play all of the rocks.
All of the rocks, yeah, just like CGI head on all.
No, just have his face, like the rocks are his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else could we use? Because you'd have to have so you'd have the Rock could be some of them.
Just get all the wrestlers.
You could have
Roman
Chris
Reigns.
Rock.
Oh, Chris
No,
Rock.
you could have Chris Rock.
Yeah, Kevin. We can have Chris Rock. We could have Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
Yeah,
Stone,
so he could
there you
be
go.
one.
Sylvester.
Yeah,
Kid Rock.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
Stallone.
Yeah, Stone. Yeah. So we could go through. Yeah, I think we'd have to. Yeah, if it gets made into a movie, I want you guys in on the brainstorming.
Oh,
100%.
definitely.
Sign us up. Oh, awesome.
So so that's that's all my adult, and now my children's stuff that I'm working on.
Excellent.
Awesome. That thriller, with the kind of Minority Report kind of vibe to it, but more, more street level. That sounds really good. I'd definitely be on that one for sure.
Yeah, and like a lot of my story, there are some supernatural elements to the thriller.
Yeah, awesome.
So it's not just a serial killer, like sort of crime fiction kind of thing.
There's something else going on.
There's something there.
Oh, excellent. All right.
All right, I think it's time for us to play the game because we won't keep you too long. Because you've got to get back to setting up a horror nativity scene at your school.
Absolutely.
All right, so you're the first one to play the Christmas edition of Story Pitch.
Okay.
Cha. Now, you can give us a number between 1 and 12 for each of these categories, or I can bring up the spinny wheel and you can leave it to chance.
Okay. I like this. This looks good.
So do you want to give us numbers or do you want us to spin the wheel?
I want to spin the wheel because you've made a big effort of making a wheel.
No.
I'm going to have
I didn't. I just found a website that can do it for us.
Come on, Don. Come on, Don. You know us too well. We don't put any effort into anything on this show.
Go on, give us a wheel.
All right, let me get rid of the ads. All right, so for for setting, we're gonna spin the wheel, and what are we gonna get? We're gonna get a 3.
Ooh,
solid number.
All right, let's close you. Let's spin it again for the genre. Oh no!
I'm just going to mute for 2 seconds. I'll be back in a second. Bear with.
All right, main character. Nine. And a Christmas edition. Is a 9.
Oh, I like that.
All right, so when Don returns, we'll wait patiently for Don to return.
Back. Sorry,
You're back.
I was letting the dog out.
That's all right. Perfect timing because now we can give you your requirements for the story.
Fine,
Okay,
let's
so
do this.
for your setting, oh, Jesus, right up your alley. It's a cul-de-sac.
Mhm.
Nice.
That's a Bulbin cul-de-sac.
And for your genre, something that you may have sort of dabbled in, but not really. It's a comedy.
Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah.
Your main character's well, your main character is our birthday clown.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
And your Christmas edition, which is something that must appear in the story, is Henry Cavill dressed as Santa.
Well, who could play a better Santa?
Now we need to remind you that it's actual Henry Cavill.
Yes,
Santa?
he's not
Oh.
playing Santa. He's just
not
dressed
playing.
as a Santa.
He's just dressed as Santa.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
So,
so it is a comedy set in a cul-de-sac. The main character is a
Okay.
birthday clown, and it has to feature Henry Cavill dressed as Santa Claus.
Fine. Okay. Right. So I've got to make up that I'm making up a story with that as my
Yep,
right.
they're the
Yep.
parameters. Just
So-
pitch us the story.
So my story is in the village of Oakhaven, in a cul-de-sac, a child that was born on Christmas Eve, so has for their life shared their birthday with our Lord and Saviour,
Mhm.
has has a birthday clown who is I'm gonna cast the birthday clown is gonna be Jack Black.
Okay, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, so he's the birthday clown, and he is trying to save money to pay for the lawyer for his divorce,
Mhm.
and he's trying to divorce Kevin Hart. They went to Vegas and they eloped. So now he needs to save the money for the lawyer because Kevin Hart wants half. And the so Kevin Hart wants half of Jack Black's money, but the child is trying to convince him that they need to stay together so that they can have little Kevin Hart, Jack Black babies because they would be comic gods. They then fly to the US to go to their solicitor, and when they get to the solicitor's office, we have Henry Cavill waiting in line to talk about suing Warner Brothers for the movie that he was supposed to be in as Santa because they've just replaced him now with someone that's like a Timu version of him playing Santa.
Right.
A lot of that comes close to reality.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but then what happens is at the end, Kevin Hart and Jack Black, they stay together to make a comedy club where the child becomes the security guard.
That
Well
is
done. Well done.
And the child is just a youngified, like AI youngified version of The Rock.
Ah, excellent. Excellent.
what you've done there is
Excellent.
create the perfect 90s comedy, and I
Yeah.
love it.
Yep,
I love it.
that's it.
I'm very satisfied with that.
I went movie rather than book.
Well, it's all right. Well, it's a story, so it could be anything you want it to be. But
So
now
yeah, so I think that's what should happen.
okay, cool. Well, now we're going to play round 2. We're going to play the second round. Do you want to go back to spinning the wheel, or you want to give us numbers?
Okay, I'm going to go with. So the second round, is it the same? How many do I get? Is it the same layout, setting, genre?
yes, same layout. but it's a different graph,
Okay.
so you the numbers won't be the same to what the other one is.
Okay. So 5,
Yep.
7,
Yep.
2,
And
4.
4. Okay. 5, 7, 2, and 4. Okay, let's see. Your setting is an old ladies' tea party.
Nice.
And your genre is a dark comedy.
Ooh,
Nice. I can work with that.
right up your alley. Okay, your main character is a bounty hunter.
Nice.
And your Christmas edition, which is something that must appear in the story, is Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural building a nativity scene.
Oh, okay.
Well, you get
I
some.
don't know who he is.
Uh, Supernatural.
I haven't watched Supernatural.
Yeah, well, they're the main characters. They're basically two brothers that hunt demons and ghosts.
Okay, so it's Sam and
Dean Winchester.
Dean Winchester. Right. Okay. So the story begins in an old people's home.
Hmm.
There is it's around Christmas, and Sam and Dean Winchester are setting up a nativity scene where the children from the local school are going to come and perform a nativity for the old people to try and lift their spirits around
Yep.
Christmas.
Okay.
There's a group of older ladies are having a tea party while watching the construction and sort of oogling Sam and Dean,
Mhm.
As they would.
talking about how big their muscles are, and how if I was 50 years younger, you know the type.
Yeah.
Um, so the old so they're looking and they're ogling over them, and then comes in Derek, who's one of the older people at the care home. He's in his 90s, and he recognizes either Sam or Dean. I'm going to go with Dean because I like the name. He recognizes Dean and says, "Oh, I recognize him. I can't remember where from because he's gone a bit senile." So he sits down at a tea party with everyone else, and they're talking about old times, and everything's going really swimmingly. And then he gets a nostalgic memory of where he remembers this Dean from, and it's not Dean; it's actually Dean's grandfather.
Okay.
And his last job as a bounty hunter was to try and catch Dean's grandfather.
Oh.
Right, so he goes into his room, and he gets out all his paperwork, and he sees the debt that was accrued was actually legally allowed to be passed down through generations.
Oh.
So the debt is still live. So then he gets his walking stick and goes and chases Dean around the nativity scene. The kids come in to an old man beating Dean Winchester with a walking stick, but the old man has got a big white beard.
Mm.
So everyone thinks that Santa is battering Dean Winchester.
Excellent. I
So
love
that
it.
yeah,
I
that
love
that
it.
is my pitch.
I,
And then the final scene is the kids have to perform the nativity, but Dean's unconscious body is on the stage, so they have to work around him. So he ends up being elements of the show. So they put a fake head on him and he becomes a donkey. They then rest baby Jesus on his back and he's the manger. and they use him as elements for the show because no one can lift him
Nice.
because everyone there is old.
Nice.
My friend, you have crafted a very good dark comedy.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
That was fun.
And before you go after we finish and all that, we do have a new thing now where people can submit their own crazy edition. So if you can think of one, we'll add it to a list. Last week, not last episode before, Tim McKay said his one foolishly live, but no one will know where it is, and it's Steve. So adding Steve will be the crazy edition. So think of one through while we wrap up, and then you can tell us after the show, and we'll build a new list. But
and is it going to be is it going to be the Christmas edition that I'm adding to?
No, just the normal one, because we're not going to have that many Christmas editions unless you want to give us one for next Christmas.
I'll come up with a good one.
You come up with a good one. Cool. Well, thank you for joining us, Don. It is always a blast having you on. You know the drill. Tell our listeners where they can follow you and support you and buy all your naughty books.
You make it sound like I sell smut. Yeah, that's the next project. It's
not.
really not.
No.
I can't write that. I added a couple of slightly spicy scenes in the thriller, and even just trying to get my wife to read them made me cringy.
Yeah.
So, this isn't what I think about. I promise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think I'll be writing any smart anytime soon. So yeah, so my Christmas story is Naughty List. You can get that anywhere, Amazon. You can get it on if you're in the UK, you can get it at Waterstones. It's available on audio, paperback, and ebook, so you can get it on your Kindle, which is fab. I've got previous work out, so please check those. I am Don_Campbell_author on Instagram. Feel free to reach out and say hi. I always reply. So it'll be nice to speak to new people. And yeah, if you would like, I can send signed copies to wherever if you like. Obviously, I'm happy to do so. I'm going to be at St Mary's in Byfleet's Christmas fair with a stall. So if you want to come and meet me and you're in the Surrey, UK, I'll be there. So you can come and say hello.
Awesome. Well, guys, all Don's links will be down in the show notes. Please check him out. Buy all his books, support him. And check out our sponsors, Rebecca Castles and Martin Kearns. All their links are down below. My stuff's down below, but I rarely ever get to plug myself except for last episode, which is my book launch episode, which was just, me just basking in the glory. No. If you want to reach out, thetrueandthefictional@gmail.com. Reach out on the socials, and we'd love to connect with our wonderful listeners and point new authors in our way and all that stuff. But until next time, I've lost the word.
Catch you on the next episode.
No, I was going to say keep supporting those indie authors.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll catch you on the next episode. See you guys.
See ya.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Stories Podcast. Aim you all round